It's FYF Sports, man. It's Lamont, man. We back with a news video. Man, today we got some crazy information, man. Crazy information about the 90s. Before we get started today, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to the video. Okay, we drop content every single day. If you want to stay up to date with that content, make sure you hit that notification bell. Additionally, make sure you join our Facebook group, NBA GOAT Talk. We're going to be starting our live debates. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. 2 hours before every finals game, we're going to go live. If you guys got questions for me, if you got questions about the videos, if you got questions about the content, if you got a beef with me, hey, it's time you could air it out during those live debates. And the best thing about our live debates is there's a winner. Every time we have a live debate, there's a winner. Cash prizes are going to be given out. So again, it's going to pay when you come with your strongest arguments. If you get debunked, again, the chat's going to let you know. But again, if you come with some strong arguments, we definitely going to reward you for it. But again, today we have a news and very informative video. And again, today, unlike most of my videos, I have been pretty hard on the 90s, man. 90s basketball was pretty rough to watch sometimes. I'm one of the few people out here that are honest about the 90s. And I will be the first one to admit that I have been pretty tough on the 90s, man. I do hold them to a higher standard, primarily because that's the Jordan era. So I have to critique it a little harder. But, after watching this video right here, the 90s wasn't all that bad. When we look at basketball from the 60s, 70s, 80s to 90s, 2000s to the day, basketball's progressively gotten better. That's with most sports. Most sports evolve every year. There are some things that have digressed. Sports is not one of them. Basketball has definitely improved over the years and improved drastically since the 90s. But this video right here, this video showed me that the one thing that's regressed is our education system. And now this video showed me this is why so many kids are dropping out of school, get uninterested, aren't learning anything, because these teachers don't know what the hell they doing. Now, I was lucky enough that my dad was a math teacher. He was a math teacher in the 90s. When he came home, he taught us a lot of this stuff at an early age. So when I'm in first and second grade, as you can see, we got a multiplication problem right here. He taught me how to do things like this in first and second grade. So I was blessed to have a dad who was a teacher. He was able to teach me these things early. I didn't have to rely on a teacher breaking this stuff down to me. I went into class already knowing what to do. So that was a blessing in and of itself. But it did show me that, even the teachers taught math in the 90s, late 90s, whether it's the early 2000s, these teachers taught in a way that you can really understand, break it down. This video right here, is a 4th grade teacher teaching kids how to multiply. And I don't know what the hell she's doing. I'm not even going to say anymore. I'm just going to get straight to the video. And you guys judge for yourself. And we're going to try to follow along with her. But as you can see, there are 2 things going on here in this video. You have one guy over here. He's going to be using the traditional style where you see the chalkboard. That's going to be the 4th grade teacher using this new age style of multiplication, man. I just want you guys to see this. This is just crazy.
Okay, 4th grade parents, so in class your children have been learning how to do area model to solve multiplication problems. This is very different from the way that we were taught in school, so I kind of wanted to give you guys some tips so you can help them if they're having trouble. So first thing is we have our multiplication problem, 35 times 12. The first thing we need to do after that is expand these 2 numbers. We need to break it down into its tens and its ones. I've got 3 tens, which is 30, and 5 ones, so that is 30 plus 5. 12 is 1 10 plus 2 ones. Okay, so that's step 1. The next step would be to draw a large box. Okay, and on this box we're going to put both of our expanded numbers. So on the top I'm going to put 30 plus 5 And on the side, I'm going to put 10 plus 2. Where your plus signs are, I want you to draw lines through the middle and down it. And then in the very corner, we're still multiplying, so I'm going to put a big multiplication sign. Starting with our very first number on the top, we say 10 times this, 10 times that. So first, we're going to do 10 times 30. Sometimes it gets a little tricky when we have those extra zeros on there when we're multiplying by a 10. So I like to say 1 times 3 is 3. And how many zeros do we have? We've got 2, so we attach them to the end of the number. So 10 times 30 is 300. We did 10 times this, 10 times that. 10 times 5 is 50, so it goes in the first box. And then we do 2. We go down to the 2 because we're done with the 10. 2 times this, 2 times that. So 2 times 30. 2 times 3 is 6. And between both of these numbers, I've only got the 1 0, so I attach it to the end. 2 times 30 is 60. 2 times this, 2 times that. Now I'm going to do 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. I filled up all my numbers on the inside. Now all I have to do is add them up. So over here I'm going to add 300, and I like to check them off as I go. 50, 60, and 10. Make sure you line up your places too. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, those are zeros all the way down, so 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 plus 1 more is 12. Bring that 2 and carry that 100. 3 plus 1 is 4, and that is your answer. 35 times 12 equals 420.
I mean, even FYF Fred here just thought that was some complete nonsense, man. I mean, because if this is how y'all teaching kids to multiply, I mean, it don't surprise me that the dropout rate is so high, man. I mean, this lady then took multiplication. She took one multiplication problem. The first part, she turned the multiplication into the order operation. Second part, now she turns it into advanced geometry, drawing your box, putting numbers in the box. You got, it looks like a linear graph or something. I don't know what she has going on here. You know. Third part, it looks like she's starting to try to do some type of advanced calculus. She done turned a simple multiplication problem into almost 5 minutes of wasted time drawing boxes and adding pluses and breaking 35 up into. I mean, and here's the funny part, man. Here's the absolute funniest part about this, man. Here's the funniest part about this video. Look at the guy. Look at the guy on the other side, man. See, he, instead of drawing these weird boxes and doing this crazy stuff, he uses the traditional method of multiplication. Instead of doing this advanced stuff, drawing boxes and putting 4 numbers in a box and adding all the numbers up off to the side, not only is you wasting your paper, like, you know, my mom only bought me so many notebooks. You mess around and do 6 multiplication problems, you done used up 30 pages in your notebook. And my mom wasn't gonna buy no more notebooks. I had like 6 notebooks for the whole semester. Come on, man. Hold on. I want y'all to watch all the stuff this guy does. Not only does he do the multiplication, but this is so funny right here. This is ridiculous. Look, we're gonna bring it back to the beginning. I want you guys to watch this. So we see her going in her whole diatribe right here. She's still talking. Look, he's doing the traditional way. 2 times 5 is 10. Bring the 1 over. Drop the 0. 3 times 2 is 6, 7. You got the 70. All right. You move everything over. You put it. All right. So 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 3 is 3. Right. Boom. Right there. So you got your 70 plus your 350. Boom. 420. Problem solved. Now he's off to the races because I can teach that to a kid in 5 minutes. He's making dinner. She's still wasting time splitting numbers up. Right? She's still wasting time splitting numbers up for no reason. All you have to do is teach a kid their multiplication timetables from 1 to 12, and they can multiply anything. That's all you need to do. She's teaching them how to draw boxes and stick figures. He's cooking his food. He's not only going to cook his food, obviously he got the good ramen noodles right there. It's probably the chili flavor. If you guys don't know about the chili flavor, you need to check that out. Right? The chili flavor noodles. She's still on her box, so she's doing her linear graph thing right here. He's boiling his noodles up, chili flavor. Now he hopped on the game. Right? So kids, man, if you guys want extra time to do what he's doing, make sure you do the traditional style. All right? That's one thing. If you're from the 90s, if you're born in the 90s, if your parents are from that era, make sure you ask them how they were taught how to do multiplication. Do not listen to these teachers. Do not listen to these teachers at all. Look at what she's doing right here. Man, still playing video games. She's still putting numbers in a box. Like, how are kids supposed to? You can turn something that's really about 2 steps. She's turned a simple multiplication problem into about 75 steps that don't make no sense at all. This literally won't make any sense. A kid's gonna fall asleep. Kids started running around playing with toys. Kids, you're gonna have 4th graders already talking about dropping out. My man's over here is back to the noodles. His food is done boiling, so he done boiled his chili noodles, and that looks fire right there. He's boiled his chili noodles. Now the man's about to go eat. It's ridiculous how she's trying to teach people. I don't understand this, y'all. I don't understand this, man. What y'all need to start doing, man? What you need to do immediately? If you got kids, if you have kids, and your kids are in school, before that school year starts, you need to take this exact multiplication problem. You need to take this exact multiplication problem, 35 times 12. And if your kid's in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, you need to just hand it to the teacher. And say, you know what? I don't need to hear nothing. I just need you to do this multiplication problem. If she gets to start drawing boxes and stacking numbers to the side, breaking numbers up into the order of operations, don't let your kid go to the next nearest school. Get up out of that scooter. Because she don't know what the hell she doing. If she get to teaching a kid like this, she gonna waste. This is why kids ain't learning nothing. You're gonna spend 3 weeks trying to teach a kid how to do this. You're going to spend 3 weeks trying to teach a kid how to draw boxes, put numbers on the side, split numbers up, just to multiply 35 times 12. So again, you know what? I applaud the 90s. I got to give you guys credit. And I got to give you guys credit because you taught me well. Your era, my parents were able to teach me how to multiply extremely well. And it just starts by just understanding your multiplication tables 1 through 12. That's it. You don't have to do these boxes and none of that, man. So now kids, if you're watching this, because I know I got some young viewers, when it comes to basketball, you need to start asking your parents some questions. You need to ask your parents, what's your top 5 players of the 90s? You need to say, Dad and Mom, what's the top 5 players of the 90s? If they put Hakeem Olajuwon in that list, don't talk to them. Don't allow them to teach you the game of basketball. Don't allow them to do none of that. They can't teach you how to dribble. Don't let them touch your game because they're going to mess your game up. Hakeem Olajuwon was one of the biggest frauds. The man has 2 fake championships. The man Jordan had to retire. So this guy could get a championship. It's sad. It's real sad what this man had to do to get a ring. I had a oh, here it is right here. You know, I keep this near. I keep this right here. I keep this close by because it's a really good reminder of how Hakeem Olajuwon is a fraud, man. If you guys can't see this, you know what? I'm gonna take a picture of it. I'm gonna zoom it up right here. But this is a 1994 baseball card, man, of Michael Jordan. This is and it's actually not a baseball card because I got this out of a pack of basketball cards. It's Michael Jordan playing baseball. Right? The league in the 90s was so sweet. It was so easy. The man went and played baseball because, again, the NBA was just getting too easy. There was really no challenges. There was nobody on Jordan's level. Nobody close to his level. He was tired of dusting these dudes off. What's even crazier is you flip the card around on the back. If you flip the card around on the back, and I'm gonna put that up here too. You flip it on the back. The man is playing golf. On Michael Jordan's basketball court, he's playing baseball and golf. That's how easy it was for him in the 90s. So make sure, you young guys, make sure you ask your parents, who's your top 5? If they say Hakeem Olajuwon, you need to run from them. You need to say, I need you to hire a trainer. I need you to hire a trainer, preferably somebody who is from this era, who admires guys like Steph Curry and all of the talent of this league today. You don't want them type of people, man. If their minds are clouded by the 90s, you don't want them messing up your game, man. Don't let them mess up your game. They're going to have you playing like Shaq at 3 years old. You're not going to know how to shoot free throws. You're not going to know how to dribble, do none of that. And you're going to find yourself looking crazy on the basketball court, man. That's just facts right there. That's facts. But again, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to the video, please. Again, don't forget, we got our live debates coming soon. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. In every finals game, we're going to be going live. Every finals game, we're going to be going live 2 hours before the game. You make sure, again, if you feel like you can debunk me, if you feel like you got a problem with any of my videos, if you don't like my theory on the 90s, that's your opportunity to confront me and the panel, live and direct, about anything we got to say. You know, I may even have guys like James Hayes on. Who says LeBron James is a role player. Now, being that I'm in control, guys like that may get muted or get kicked out more frequently. But again, I'm still going to allow those guys onto my platform. Hey, Hakeem Olajuwon is a fraud. Here's the proof. FYF Sports, man. We out.